LeFleur, delivered by the U.S. Postal Service. Brought to you by Trustmark National Bank. One less thing to worry about. By the United States Postal Service. We deliver for you. By Saturn. A different kind of company, a different kind of car. By MCI WorldCom. Your one connection to the world. And by Bud Light. Make it a Bud Light. Into the final lap now of this Trustmark Tour LeFleur final stage, the MCI WorldCom Road Race, and still at the front of this leading group of 16 riders, nothing but the white jerseys of Mercury, keeping the speed high. The race behind is almost shut down because the major teams, I have to say, Mike, here are all represented.
Yeah, and certainly Thurlow, it's his job to keep the race fast now for these guys. He's got his fast sprinter up in the break, and Gord Fraser. I mean, basically, it's tough to beat this guy if he's in this position. The only one who can probably challenge him here, maybe Miller from Shagley, maybe McCormack from Saturn, but it's really his race to lose.
The onus then obviously on Mercury. This is the main field behind, and you can see there's hardly any chase at all. No big teams to chase.
No chase and a lot of open mouths back there. Most of these guys just finishing up a training right here. You see early breakaway rider Waters there on the right side of the screen. Just sort of in for the finish here. These guys are still in the money, but the major places are all up the road.
Frank McCormack looking very confident. As you said earlier, everybody says this man has great form this year. Missed out on going to the Olympic Games in 1996. Riding for one more year, hoping to take himself to the Sydney Games next year.
Yeah, and we get back to the front of the group here, and big surprise this time, Bart Bowen of Saturn taking over the lead from the Mercury guys. So you see a little bit in the change. I think most of the guys are pretty comfortable with this group now. They just want to work comfortably and get this bike race to the line.
Heading through Millsaps College, 5 miles to go. Mercury on the front, slipping there. Number 1 is Gord Fraser, psychologically again, but he's being marked by Saturn.
Well, you know, we talked about that before. The sprinters have to open their legs up a little bit here before the end of the bike race. And you see a crash now. 2 riders, both from the Mercury team, on the ground. Thurlow Rogers there a little bit slow to get up. His teammate trying to rejoin the race now. Let's see who that is. It's Mike Sayers, his teammate. Both these guys, real strong riders for Gord Fraser. It's going to be important for these guys to get back to the break.
It's going to be a blow for the Mercury squad because the 2 men they had in that group were the men who were going to lead out Gord Fraser when it came to the finish. I think we're going to have a hard time getting back on here because the road is quite damp and a break going off the front. This is Leipheimer.
Right, the big counterattack. They have 2 Mercury guys on the ground. Saturn's numbers have greatly increased now, their percentage in the breakaway. These guys want to try to keep these 2 Mercury guys out of the break. It's up to them now to try to make the race a little bit into the finish.
There's a strong move by Leipheimer there. He's going to take pressure off the shoulders of Team Saturn now. That will be good for Frank McCormack, but it's Navigators chasing.
Interesting. There are only 2 Navigators riders in the front here. Maybe these guys are taking this race seriously as sort of thinking they have to make the bike race here coming into the final. It's an interesting move. Normally one would want to put the pressure on Mercury, although Mercury might not chase yet, waiting for their 2 guys to rejoin.
3 miles to go, and still Leipheimer holding on to a slight advantage. There is the group coming back. A lot of pressure. White jerseys coming forward again now. Still the Mercury squad nailing it down.
And you know, with a small lead like this, Paul, it's very tough for Leipheimer. It's an uphill into the last 500 meters of the race, and then a downhill. It's really a big advantage for the group in this finish.
You can see Leipheimer looking under his shoulder there, trying to hold off, hoping that they're not going to catch him. But with this slight uphill drag, the speed's still touching 30 miles an hour, and Mercury have closed it down.
Well, that's right. Leipheimer's back, and now it's up to the sprinters. This is what they look forward to for the entire race. They hope that they can get to the line in the front group, and now they have.
The important thing for a sprint is to find the right wheel, and the right wheel this year seems to be the wheel of Frank McCormack. McCormack there with the orange jersey, moving to the front of this pack. Now watch him now. This on the right-hand side is Frank McCormack. Glued to the wheel, as always this season, is Gord Fraser in the silver jersey of Mercury. Now we're coming alongside, neck and neck, is McCormack and Gord Fraser. Gord Fraser's got the power, he's got the turbo in. He comes straight past McCormack, gives it another win. 2 days, 2 wins for Gord Fraser. Unbelievable. Frank McCormack again has to take 2nd place. Graham Miller in 3rd, and Harm Jansen, good ride by him, in 4th slot. But all rejoicing in the Mercury camp after the race because Gord Fraser's performance there, 2 wins in 2 days, makes him the overall leader of the Saturn Teamwork Challenge Trustmark Tour LeFleur. Gord Fraser wins ahead of Graham Miller, Harm Jansen in 3rd place, Robbie Ventura in 4th. And what a podium. 3 of the best sprinters in the United States at the moment. Gord Fraser ahead of Frank McCormack and Graham Miller in 3rd spot.
I was kind of isolated at the end because all my team did such a great job. So on that last climb, all I could do is just concentrate, stay behind those guys, and the sprint developed in front of me, and I just had to come around, and that's what I do best. So it worked out really well.
That is what he does best at the moment this season, but consistency is the name of the game in the Saturn US Pro Cycling Tour standings, a year-long competition for the most consistent rider where Frank McCormack is still the leader. But for Jackson, Mississippi, it's important for the Trustmark Tour LeFleur to come to town, as the mayor told us.
That's a tremendous impact. It's always good to have visitors from outside of the city, but we also have the opportunity to pull this neighborhood together in terms of getting cooperation from people in the neighborhood. They've pushed this event. The economic impact is great. It's always good to have people coming out, having a good time, having other activities to participate in our city. And this, of course, activity was outside of the city up until this point. So we're very pleased to welcome it into the inner city and into this neighborhood.
A remarkable victory for both Gord Fraser and his powerhouse Mercury team. Coming into this year's Trustmark Tour LeFleur, Mercury had come off a bit of a slump, but they were whipped back into action by their mercurial coach, John Warden. And although Gord Fraser won both stages and the overall Saturn Teamwork Challenge, it was truly a team effort for Mercury, as team captains Roy Nickman and Thurlow Rogers used their decades of experience in the sport to catapult Fraser to his first place in the Trustmark Tour LeFleur, delivered by the US Postal Service. And so for Mike McCarthy, I'm Paul Sherwin saying so long.